Yo, 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 do the John fam. This is your boy, do the John, baby. I'm back with another one for you guys today. This is creepy and weird things caught on camera, put together by Slap Ham. Let's see if we can get creeped out, shall we? Let's go. Yo, what's good, fam? Let's get into this video, shall we? Let's go. If you get creeped out, let me know in the comments below. Well, that's creepy.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some mysterious things caught on camera. But as always, before we dive in, remember to hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content.
Go to his video and do that.
Just like this.
Link is down below. Slap him!
Scattering the ashes of a loved one is certainly an emotional moment, a
Never done
time
it,
when you
but-
want to be surrounded by those closest to you. But what would you do if a ghost crashed the party? That's what some people are suggesting is happening in this photo uploaded to Facebook by Stuart Garth. In the pic, we see Garth leaning over a flower bed holding an urn in his hands. According to the photo's description, the urn is filled with his recently deceased grandmother's ashes. It wasn't until they viewed the pic later that they realised there was what looks like an unexpected guest watching as the ashes were dispersed. If you look at the area just behind Garth, there seems to be a strange shadow.
Maybe it's his grandma watching him do it. Could be. Or it could. I don't know what that could be. I mean, that could be, reflection off the camera. Just the lighting. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
Some viewers have suggested that the shadow's stature looks like that of a child with its arm extended towards Garth. However, others thought it was nothing more than the tree's shadow on the ground. Either way, it's caused quite a stir in our Facebook community, with many certain it's the shadow of a small boy. So where do you sit on this? The shadow of a tree or a small child? And could it have something to do with the spreading of his grandmother's ashes? Let me know where you sit on this in the comments down below.
Could be.
Many people are familiar with the story of the Titanic, the largest ocean liner of its time to set sail across the...
If you don't know the story about the Titanic, I strongly advise you to watch the video. And maybe look up some history if you look on more afterwards. But even today generation knows about the Titanic. So yeah.
The ocean. But have you ever wondered about the spirits of those who went down with the ship? You may indeed start to wonder after seeing this footage from the YouTube channel Ghost Hunt Weekends. The Titanic set sail across the Atlantic Ocean in April of 1912. Unfortunately, most of the passengers never reached their destination in the United States. On April 15, the ship struck a large iceberg in the middle of the ocean, tearing a large hole in the ship's hull. In a matter of hours, the ship sank into the icy waters of the Atlantic, killing 1,500 of its approximately 2,220 passengers and crew, making it one of the deadliest ocean disasters in history. In this video, a team of ghost hunters visit the Titanic Museum, where numerous artifacts from the sunken ship are prominently on display.
Spirit could be attached to them.
Evidently hoping that some spiritual energy from the tragically deceased passengers might still be clinging to these artifacts, they try to contact spirits within the museum.
These meters going nuts.
Can you stop for a second? I'm the guy with the gifts.
In an exhibit featuring metal gates from the ship, behind which many lower class passengers were locked, left to drown as the ship filled with water.
That's... I'm sorry, but that's fucked up. I know it was like that in raid back then, but that's still fucked up.
Ask any spirits to show themselves.
Can you show yourself to us?
The camera remains focused on the door for quite a while, only panning away briefly. However, when the camera does pan over the gathered crowd, look at the back closely.
We can't hear you if you're in
Whoa! Now that's freaky.
A strange figure in a dark cloak slips behind the eagerly watching onlookers.
That's
Those
freaky.
who were there that day say they never saw anyone or anything that fits the description of this eerie dark figure.
Well, if it went through the wall, I'd be
So is this a
convinced.
spirit that's somehow attached to a remnant from the ill-fated Titanic? Watch the footage again and decide for yourself.
We can't hear you if you're in there.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be real because even if it was somebody underneath a black cloth or something like that, it'll be more visible. Like you could tell, but not. I'm convinced this is real.
We're gonna leave.
The forests of the world are full of strange and forgotten things. If you look closely, you'll never know what you might just find. Just ask Slapped Ham fan Jacqueline Faye Mathis. This photo was taken by Mathis's son in the woods near Baltimore, Maryland in the United States. In these woods, you'll find lots of abandoned monasteries and forts that were used during the American Revolutionary War and the War of 1812. It's within one of these overgrown ruins that Mathis's son and his father were hiking when they came across what appeared to be a wooden cross. They decided to snap a picture with the cross before leaving the desolate old ruins. Later, they noticed something odd.
Uh-oh.
If you look at the bottom of the photo, just to the left of the man's feet, you'll see what appears to be a face peering up from behind the cross.
Oh, you see it.
The hikers insist that there was no one else around when they snapped the photo. So could this be the spirit of someone who fought in one of those wars from years gone by? Or was there someone lurking watching the hikers the whole time? Look closely at the photo and let me know what you think this is in the comments down below.
I'm leaning toward that it's just somebody watching them. Or they're just trying to pull something off because it's too real. I'm going with the who was watching them and they idiots I picked, but that guy posing like that. I don't know if that was supposed to be like a mockery or what, but yeah. Let's go.
This next eerie clip was posted by Redditor Cass39. According to the OP, some friends of his started noticing strange things happening in and around their garage, so they set up some security cameras to try and catch
Garage.
evidence of what was going on. Take a look at what the cameras captured.
I'm shooting this in the intro. Now that could be string, but
A few seconds into the video, the bin at the very top of the stack nearest to the camera suddenly begins to move. It
not a
jerks
bin,
and
that's a
moves
cat
a
litter
few
box. It's
times,
stupid.
and then the lid below it begins to slide.
oh my god.
Eventually, the entire bin lifts up and stands on one end. Many of the Redditors who viewed this video were less than convinced. They point to inconsistencies in the garage lighting that could indicate that the video's been edited, believing that the bin was probably moved with a thin fishing wire.
I was thinking the
So what do you
same thing.
think? It does look a little sus, but it's definitely got plenty of people talking on Reddit. Let me know where you land on this one in the comments down below.
I'm going with fake.
For as long as people have been looking into the skies, there have been accounts of strange lights and objects that many believe to be evidence of life forms from other planets. This example, shared to Reddit by Deep Pridge,
That's my
dates back
UFO.
to 1967. The Reddit post refers to an incident that took place in New Mexico, USA, near Picacho Peak. A student of New Mexico State University took his camera out to a scenic area to snap some photos of the beautiful landscape, when he noticed something unusual in the sky. The black and white photo shows the object. It resembles the stereotypical flying saucer that old science fiction movies would have us believe that aliens would use to fly to Earth. The saucer is angled so the broadside is facing the camera and appears to be made of a dark metal with a dull shine. Comparing it to the mountains below, the object would have to be quite large. According to the story, the photographer looked down at his camera to prepare to take a second shot, but by the time he lifted the camera back up, the object had vanished. So does this photo show an alien spacecraft? Is it a hoax? Or is it something else entirely? Let me know.
Well, I'm an alien, so I know aliens are real. That's, I don't know what that could be. It's not a tower, because if it was a tower, it would still be there when he looked up. He should have took a picture showing it was gone, but I don't know, fam. I'm convinced that's real.
Know what you think about this in the comments below. You'll never know
Strange
what
light
happens while you sleep at night, unless of course you set up a camera as Redditor Crunchy Tacos did. In the first of two videos, we see the Redditor sound asleep on a mattress just below the camera. As the video rolls in night vision mode, the view suddenly becomes strangely distorted as an odd-shaped flare of light begins moving across the screen, warping the image as it moves.
It's too big for
The
a
video
bug.
shows the light moving in slow motion. Some viewers believe that the original version of the video might reveal that the light is actually just a moth flying across the camera out of focus.
I mean, it
However,
could be.
the light returns in a second video shot from a different angle. This time, the light is much more stationary, almost seeming to ooze onto the screen, remaining in one spot for several seconds. It then creeps across the screen.
Okay, I'm convinced.
This movement is less consistent with that of a bug. So could this be an example of an orb? Some paranormal experts believe that orbs are the most common way for spirits to appear, as they believe they require the least amount of energy to appear. It's definitely an odd sighting, but is it paranormal?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I'm going with yes.
Before we take a look at some eerie
Uh-oh,
photos
question
taken in
time.
an abandoned hospital in Belfast, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there, and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time
So
we
to
drop
me,
our
it's up to him.
scary, mysterious
Link is down below.
videos. Redditor Lachlan8090 and their friends visited an abandoned hospital last Halloween. They say the hospital is the most haunted place in Belfast. Although they don't specify the name, they could be referring to the Belvoir Park Hospital. Belvoir Park was formerly an isolation hospital for people with infections and fevers, seeing more than its fair share of death. Since it closed in 2006, patrolling security guards have reported seeing eerie shadowy figures, mysterious altars and shrines, and even mutilated animals.
Oh, God.
The Redditors visited the hospital in the dead of night and snapped various photos around the hospital grounds.
How?
When they got back home and looked at the photos, they were shocked to see what looks like another person in one of the pics, even though they were clearly alone. It's hard to see at first, but if we brighten the image up, you can see a shadowy presence to the left of the person in the foreground. Whatever it is, it's strangely blurry, as if not entirely corporeal. It also casts a strange shadow even though the photos were taken around midnight and there was very little lighting. The Redditor writes of their experience. That hospital was the worst feeling of any place I've ever been. I don't usually believe in this stuff, but you get the feeling of an evil presence there.
Oh boy.
So what do you think? Was something following this group around the old abandoned hospital? We'll leave that up to you to decide.
It could be, but the video, the picture, rest of the picture is so blurry like that. I can't tell if it's meant to look that way or if it actually is. Yeah, like a, sorry, I'm not tired. I'm just yawning. But I don't know what that could be. But the picture, Crowdy, is horrible. I mean, you can't even point. You can't even, you know, kind of. You could see where the guy is standing, but even the picture of the guy, it looks like the guy has rings. I, I don't know. I really don't know. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. But anyway, that would be it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Much appreciated. If you enjoy the content, please hit that sub button. If you haven't already, hit that like button and hit that notification bell that you know when I post another video or go live for you guys. And as always, you are loved.